I am really sort of respectful of the courage that all these women have shown. You cannot imagine when you are in a power structure how difficult it is to come and speak. It is not only, I think, for the Malayalam film industry, it is for all industries across India. We do know that the Indian industry is very feudal, very, uh, almost sort of regressive in a lot of its attitudes. All of us together should pull our weight. It's not only the women.
My first question to you is to ask you how you are feeling, because this has been a long wait, a long struggle for the WCC, and you are a founding member. So could you take us through your feeling at the moment?
Well, we were very elated when it did come out. We hadn't seen it. We still haven't read the whole report. I think the last 4 days has sort of been mixed, mainly because, of course, welcome, totally required. But there's often a kind of missing of the actual essence of what we want to say,
Right.
which is that WCC wants to see that there is change, systemic change in the working of the industry. First of all, to take note that there is an issue, and secondly, work together with the government, with the unions, with the organizations, with WCC, with all stakeholders, women, to see how we can set systems in place.
This is a one of its kind report. It's the first time that a report of such has been commissioned. A committee has been formed to study what's happening in the film industry. So could you sort of tell me, what is the significance of this?
The significance of this report is that post the Me Too movement, post the formation of WCC, a lot of complaints, etc., there has been a feeling of disbelief. We are labeled as troublemakers. Me Too was considered, just very often dismissed. What this report has done is, through numerous interviews with women, with men, it has actually created a very, very comprehensive landscape of what this industry is. So whether it is sexual harassment, whether it is pay parity, whether it is facilities for women, whether it is dignity, all these things that we have been talking about are now sort of vindicated in a sense. It is not only, I think, for the Malayalam film industry, it is for all industries across India. We do know that the Indian industry is very feudal, almost regressive in a lot of its attitudes.
Do you feel that the report should or would be an eye-opener for industries across India?
I really think and hope so. And I really think that Malayalam cinema, which is really considered one of the the strongest film industry today in terms of the kind of films that are coming, the stories that are being told, I think instead of looking at it as a kind of blackening of the name, we should think of it as a torchbearer, really.
So when you read the report, how disturbing was it?
It is very disturbing. It is, in fact, far worse than we even thought. Basically, I am really sort of respectful of the courage that all these women have shown. You cannot imagine when you are in a power structure that believes that they are handing out to you favors, how difficult it is to come and speak and question and put out a point of view.
A few men who were disposed and appeared before the committee had claimed that women face these experiences only when they fall for fake advertisements, right? And in addition, they also claim that these issues are not restricted to the film industry, but in industries across, right? So what do you have to say? What are your thoughts on this?
My thoughts are that these are the systems we are talking about. It's like you are denying a dream, basically. And the second thing I'd like to say is it's not only about actors. This report is not only about actors. It is about technicians. It is about us as a labor force. What are these issues? How do we address them? That is the question.
One thing that people are saying is, why have the names of the perpetrators not been released in the report? So your comments?
Comments are that this is not a witch hunt. This is not our purpose. Who did what is not our purpose. To say that this exists is our purpose, and that has been amply proved. And that is a different area. That is for people who think they need to, who feel concerned enough, etc. And we are not interested in who did what 20 years ago or 5 years ago. Of course, we know. And it is very, very horrible. But that should not become the focus. It's a very difficult thing to ask women to come out and talk again. I think if people want to take action, there may be things to take action. But to expect that the women will come out again, come in, is a bit difficult. I think it's too painful. It's quite hurtful and a little insensitive to think like that.
Report overall, like you said, speaks about the plight of the women and men in the industry, not just actors, technicians, junior artists, makeup artists, so on and so forth. But one important aspect that it does cover is the presence of a power group of 10, 15 people who allegedly control the industry. Would you believe that now that the report has come out, there could be a difference in the way, this power group functions?
I don't even know if there is a power group. This is what the committee says. We believe there are power structures. Whether it comes from one group or two groups or 15 people or 20 people, we do know these structures exist. Now, whether one of our important points is that let all these associations also react. Tell us what you think. How do you counter this? Is there a counter? Are you going to take measures? So I don't know whether we should, we are not concentrating on, but we do know there are power structures, and we do hope they are listening and hearing.
The report was sort of given to the state government in 2019. We're now in 2024. Do you think there has, and as someone who's worked in the field for years now, do you think there has been a change from when the report is actually sent to when it's actually made public?
I think very slightly, yes. We got a judgment for ICs. I think the very fact that gender has come onto the table as an agenda, all these are small changes, and women and ladies who work in the field are telling us that they do feel slight differences. But whether that, you see, the point is it's not the slight difference.
Yeah.
It's a kind of thing that has to get built into the system.
Yeah.
And also to make sure that more women enter this industry. That is another thing. Why is it that there are so few women technicians in the Malayalam industry? Again, we've seen a slight increase, but there should be a sense that when there is presence, there is a difference. We know that.
What is the way forward for the Malayalam film industry?
Working together, saying that this is not some blackening and pulling back, but pushing forward. That today we are living in 2024. We cannot believe that we are in the 1950s or 40s or 30s. And therefore, all of us together should pull our weight. It's not only the women. Yeah. So every single, and it's not only women in the industry. I would say this has repercussions for women in society. To say, don't be frightened, don't be quiet. If you face an injustice, speak about it. That's the only way to encounter and resist and change.